everyone, welcome back to my channel EduVibe. In today's lesson, we're doing the last topic of the Unit D, grade 11 chemistry, and after that we completed that unit. So, which is the titration curves and the indicators. This is a very short topic, and the main topic we're doing in the grade 12. This is just the introduction of this again. So in this topic, we're justly focused on the curves. Curves means we focus on the graphs. So these are the graphs which look alike in the titration thing. There are different types of graphs. We do more graphs in grade 12 chemistry. For this, we have to how to interpret the titration thing. When we have a graph, that how can we come to know which is a titrating thing, which is a mean sample, unknown sample, that all things. So when the titration is done, create a pH curve. We are doing the pulses the pH curves. The addition of the titrant is continue to pass the indicator endpoint until the large set has been ended. So the titrant sometimes pass the indicator endpoint when we add the large sets of this. So the equivalence point is read from the pH curve by estimating the inflection point. The inflection point we estimated, the thing we can come to know that at what point, at what equivalence point we have that estimate of the titrant thing at how much we added. Positioning part of the curve where the slope steepens the most. Where the slope steepens the most, that where thing where you can find your equivalence point in the graph. The inflection point is the point where the direction of the curve changes. Curve's direction can also be changed in the equivalence point, like the latter point of the letter S. Strong monopolar gases, strong monopolar base titrations have a pH of 7. So we basically have the 7 equivalence point always. At the equivalence point, because all the acid, strong or acid base have the same net ionic things. That's why basically we always have the equivalence point at pH of 7. So basically how this graph looks like this, and over there we have all the pHs. Here we have the volume of this NaOH added this. So basically that line signifies your equivalence point over there. Done. This is the equivalence point, and also we can say this is your volume of titrating added. So this is also this thing too. And the graph also, as we see over in the over there, it's like type of a S. It's like this. It goes from here to here. It goes from the strong acid to the weak acid, strong base. Then over there at that point, the titrate with the base. We will have a base now, so it's titrate with the base. That's why it looks like that. So graph is look like that. You don't have to make the graphs in now for now, but in the grade 12 you have to make the graphs actually. How can we make them? We see that all thing in grade 12. But for now, you just know that the equivalence point is always pH at 7. The lateral look like this with the strong and strong acid strong base. This is strong acid strong base because we go with the strong. This is a strong and we go with the strong base. This is strong acid strong base. We have a two type of graphs in this, like these two. So this graph shows the pH curve contained when the strong base is added to a strong acid. When the strong base is added to a strong base, which means you do the titration with the strong acid with strong base. And this graph is given to you for the pH curve obtained strong acid as to a strong base, which means strong base with strong acid. And you have your pH. You can see the strong base when added to a strong acid, it look like this. It goes from the 1 to the up to a 40. In the strong acid as to strong base, you go from the 14 to the 1. You start from the bases. You have a more strong base. Then you go out. The equivalence point stays the same over there. You can see 7 equivalence point. And you have to make the line at the 7, which shows the equivalence point. So for now, we have to just focus on the strong acid with the strong base and strong base with the strong acid. We don't think about any of the other cases with the weak base, weak acid. No, we just do with this. In the grade 12 chemistry, we'll go through with that things too, because we have a lots of graph in this and we have to know about this in the grade 12. For now, this is just the thing you have to know about the curves, how to solve the questions of the calculation, and just all things. Done. So that's all for this lesson too. This is just such a short lesson, as I told you. So in the next lesson, we're doing some practice question of this of Unit D. Then we officially ended that unit. Then, so that's all for this lesson. Learn with EduVibe, learn small, not harder. Please like and subscribe to my channel. If any questions, let me in the comment section. See you in the next lesson. Till creative with EduVibe.